In order to create an event on ExperienceBU, expand your toolbar on the left-hand side of the page. Select your organization and select events from the Management Tool options.
On your Manage Events page, click the blue button on the top right of your screen that says Create Event. This is the first page of the Create an Event process. You can enter the title of your event, select a theme for your event, and write a description of your event. If your event is a collaborative event with multiple organizations, you can add them as co-hosts. The event would then appear on their ExperienceBU page in addition to your page. Note that any edits to a co-hosted event must be made by the organization that submitted the event, not a co-host. And also note that only organizations with ExperienceBU pages can be added as co-hosts in the system. You'll then want to enter your start date and time of your event and your end date and time of your event. You can also add a location and a helpful map. This is great if your event is off campus and you'd like to direct students to where it is. If your event runs over multiple days, you can opt to add another date by clicking Add Another Date rather than submitting separate submissions for each event. Under Event Details, you can decide the privacy of your event and who will be able to see your event once it's live. You can select multiple event categories that fit with your event, and this will make it easier for a student to find your event if they're using search terms. You can also select if your event has any perks. Note that credit is in reference to co-curricular credit. You'll then want to select Next. Here you can select specific RSVP options for your event. You can determine who can RSVP as well as limit the number of available RSVP spots, as well as allow guests. You can also add custom questions to the RSVP section of your event. You can add in a question instruction summary prior to adding in your questions. On the left, you can decide what type of question you would like to add, and on the right, you can then add in the question and answer. This feature will allow you to ask potential students interested in attending your event questions like, do you have any dietary restrictions, or will you require parking, right in your event form. You can also decide if the question is required or non-required. And by selecting the 3 dots on the top right-hand side of your question, you can opt to duplicate it, delete it, or move it up and down if there are multiple questions. We're then going to select Next. Here you'll select an event cover photo that captures the event you're submitting. Click the gray box to select an image from your computer or a USB, and note the guidelines on the right to ensure that your photo is high resolution. We'll then want to select Skip on the bottom right-hand side of the page and select Continue to Custom Fields. On this page, you can provide co-curricular tracking information about your event. The first blue box is for Experience Plus, a program that allows students to track certain activities such as volunteer work, workshops, or training, and professional development activities on their co-curricular transcript. There are some helpful links in an email if you'd like to learn more about Experience Plus. You can decide if attendance at your event would allow students to track their involvement on Experience Plus by clicking Yes or No. The second blue box is for the campus-wide co-curriculum, a guide that helps students develop, enhance, and improve their understanding in 10 different skill domains. You can review the domains by clicking the links to learn more about the campus-wide co-curriculum. In the drop-down menu, you can indicate what domain would best represent the outcome or topic of your event. If you're unsure, select I'm not sure, and someone from the ExperienceBU team can get in touch with you. The final blue box is for link experiences, which are experiences hosted by BrockLink partners. If you're a BrockLink partner, you can select which phase of the link process your event falls under. It's important if your event counts for Experience Plus, the CWC, or link experiences that you take attendance, and ensure you gather Brock student emails of those who attended to ensure they receive this co-curricular credit. We're then going to select Next, and here you will select your organization type. There are many listed here, so be sure to give this list a read and choose the correct organization type. Your answer to the organization type question will either lead to the end of the event form if you're a university department, or it will trigger the beginning of the risk management process for all student groups and clubs on campus. We do have a tutorial for risk management if you'd like to learn more about that process. Now that all of the details of your event have been entered into the system, you can opt to review what you entered by clicking the specific section of the event submission form or select Submit to complete the event submission process. If you have any questions about this tutorial, email us at experiencebu@bacu.ca.